Hello students, I am Mrs. Jyoti Vinayak Bode from DS Secondary School. I am shouldering the responsibility of headmistress over there. Currently we are doing lesson number 4 from Maths 2, that is from geometry, and lesson number 4 is geometrical constructions. As already I have discussed, it is a challenge to teach online, but nothing is impossible in this world. Till now we have learned construction of triangles with common vertex and without common vertex. Yeah. Now we are going to learn about tangents drawn to the circle with the help of center, without help of taking the help of center, and tangents to be drawn to the circle from a point which is outside the circle. Now let us learn about it. Again, I am requesting you to be ready with your geometrical construction box, pencil, eraser and your classwork. Let's learn now. So now let's learn construction of a tangent to a circle at a point on the circle. Here we there on the circle, from that the tangent should pass. Now first is using the center of the circle. Now here analysis you can see, for constructing a tangent L passing through a point P which is on the circle with center C, we should use the property that a line perpendicular to the radius at its outer end is a tangent. And if you measure the angle over there, that LPC, it will be 90 degrees. Again I repeat, a line perpendicular to the radius at its outer end is a tangent to the circle. Now steps are: draw a circle with center C, take any point P on the circle, draw a ray CP, and then we are supposed to construct line L perpendicular to ray CX passing through point P, and then L will be the required tangent to the circle at point P. This is the analytical figure, and here you can see how we can do it on the board, and simultaneously you can start working on it in your classwork. The construction of a tangent using the center. This is, here they have given the measure. The radius of the circle is 2.7. So starting from the center, draw a ray. Center of the circle is O. This is one example we have taken right from 4.2. Second example, that construct a tangent using a center with the radius 2.7. Now first you are supposed to draw perpendicular. For that, keep the pointer on the circle, draw two arcs of equal measures on the ray. Keeping the pointer at one side, draw two arcs on either side of the ray over there. Keep the pointer on other point on the ray, draw two arcs. You will get 2 points of intersection on either side of that ray OP. Join that, and that line will be a perpendicular of that particular segment, and that perpendicular is a tangent making right angle with the radius of the circle. Just observe it properly. I hope you must have understood it. Analytical figure carries marks, so it is always better to draw analytical figure, and L is the line passing through the point which is touching the circle. L is perpendicular to OP. Okay, and that is Q. Point Q is on the circle. L is perpendicular to, if you think at a segment, it will segment OP. Yeah, this way you can draw it. Just see, draw a circle. I have taken A as the center, B is a point on the circle. Draw a ray starting from A, passing through B. Keep your pointer at B, Mark two arcs on both the sides of B. Increase the distance. Keep the pointer on one arc. Draw two arcs from both the sides. Keep the pointer on other side of the B. Draw two arcs on upper and lower side. You will get two cross sections or 2 points of intersection. Join the line passing through it. That line is the perpendicular to the ray AB, and perpendicular means that is the tangent drawn to this circle with center A. So in your book it will look like this. Draw a circle with center C. Take point P on the circle. CX is the segment. Keeping the pointer at P, draw two arcs on both the sides of P. Increase the distance slightly. Keep the pointer on the arc which is in between C and P. Draw two arcs on both the sides of this segment. Keep the pointer on the arc which is drawn between P and X. Draw two arcs on both the sides. You will get 2 points of intersection. Let a line go through those 2 points of intersection, that is line L. Here P is the point through which the line L passes. This is the tangent to the center circle with center C, and CP is perpendicular to L. So second is to draw a tangent without using the center of the circle. Now here, how can we analyze this? So analysis is, let L be the tangent to the circle at point C. CB is a chord. Angle CAB is an inscribed angle. Now, by tangent secant theorem, there is one is secant and one is tangent. Tangent secant theorem, angle CAB is congruent to BCD. This we have learnt in the previous lesson, circle. So you should not forget about this. So now, by converse of tangent secant theorem, if we draw the line CD such that CAB is congruent to BCD, then it will be required tangent. Again, I am repeating, here you are supposed to make use of basically tangent secant theorem and converse of tangent secant theorem. If we draw the line CD such that angle CAB and BCD are congruent, then it will be required tangent. Now this also, it's a repetition, you have learnt it. So please remember that angle A and angle C should be congruent. Now let us see how. First, this is the analytical figure. It carries marks, as I said. First, draw a circle properly and start construction simultaneously along with the teacher. Draw any chord AB. Here we are not supposed to make use of the center. Take point C anywhere else on the circle. Join AC and BC, you get triangle ABC. Now construction is, we are supposed to draw an angle which is congruent to angle BAC or CAB, and then that angle is congruent, you will be easily, you can get a tangent. See how to draw. Again, as I have told you, revise and keep on revising, practicing 10 times of construction of equal or congruent angles, and if that you get it properly, then you will get this construction properly. Yes. Now you get one cross section. Let that point and C join that. This is a tangent, we get it, and name it that line or that C, and if you can have a line on it, point on it, CD, as written in the analytical figure. And this angle, you can see angle CAB is congruent to BCD. Yeah, and if you draw a line connecting the center, you will see it will be a perpendicular. So it's a tangent, required tangent. So here in this manner also, draw a circle first, take point C, chord, one more chord, yeah, join that ABC. Now here again angle ABC should be congruent to BCD. So construct accordingly. Keep pointer of your compass and OA and draw two arcs. Keep it on C. Draw two arcs, taking the distance from that point of equal angle. You should try to get exactly congruent angle. And now join point C and that cross section. You will get one straight line touching the circle, and that is the tangent drawn to this circle. The steps are again the same thing I am repeating. Draw a circle of a suitable radius. Take any point C on it. Draw chord BC and inscribed angle CAB. With the center A and any convenient radius, draw an arc intersecting side BAC in points M and N. You can see over here. Using the same radius and the center C, draw an arc intersecting chord CB at point R. Taking the radius equal to distance MN and center R, draw an arc intersecting arc drawn in the previous step. Let D be the point of intersection of these arcs. Draw a line CD. Line CD is the required tangent to the circle. Now here note that MAN angle and BCD are congruent. If we draw segment MN and segment RD, those things, then triangle MAN and RCD are congruent. They will be congruent by SSS test, because arc distance AM and AN is equal, which is equal to RC and RD, and the third one MN is congruent to RD because that distance we have taken. So these two triangles, if we consider, those two triangles will be congruent by SSS side test. Therefore angle MAN is congruent to BCD or RCD. So these are basics of it. Remember this. So this way it looks in your classwork. If you draw a circle, take a chord AB, take point C on the other segment, join AC and BC, take some distance, like suppose AM as radius, draw two arcs cutting AB and AC at M and N, taking the same distance. Keep your pointer at C, draw arc which will cut R, which will cut BC at R and D somewhere near the circle. Then taking distance or the radius as MN, draw an arc which will cut at keeping at R. If you draw, you will get a point of intersection. Let the line pass through that, that is the tangent. And how it is tangent? If you draw a perpendicular, or if you draw a line joining center and at C, and then you measure the angle, it will be 90 degrees, proving that it is a tangent to the circle. The next construction is to construct tangents to a circle from a point outside the circle. Here there are two tangents drawn from a point outside the circle in this analytical figure. Here there is a circle with center O. P is the point outside the circle. From P, two tangents have been drawn, PA and PB, touching the circle at A and B respectively. So now let us see how we can do the construction. The steps are: first, construct a circle of any radius with center O. I hope you must have done it. Take point P in the exterior of the circle, anywhere outside. Draw OP. Draw a perpendicular bisector of segment OP to get its midpoint. How to draw perpendicular bisector? We had revised it, that taking more than half the distance, keep your pointer at O, draw an arc on both the sides, draw two arcs, keep pointer of your compass at P, draw two arcs on both the sides of OP. You will get two cross sections. Let a line pass through it. It will cut OP at M. That will be the midpoint of OP. Yeah. Draw a circle with radius OM. Now this is the thing where students usually make some mistakes. Till this point they do it properly. And now next is, you are supposed to keep pointer at M and think OM is the next radius of the circle with center M. Draw Try to draw a complete circle or just a circle which cuts this previously drawn circle at two different points A and B. And then last thing is join PA and PB. You will get these two tangents to the circle with center O, or touching the circle at two different points A and B. Now let us see how. Come on, start doing it with the teacher. Check, construct a tangent to a circle from outside the circle. Let us see how. Draw a circle. Name the centers. Suppose your center is O. Take point P somewhere outside the circle. Join that O and P. Next thing is we are supposed to find perpendicular bisector of OP. So for that, as I said, take more than half by mere observation. Draw two arcs on either side of OP, keeping pointer at O first and then at P. You get 2 points of intersection. Let a line pass through it. That line will be a perpendicular bisector of segment OP. Yeah. So this is the bisector, so both the sides are congruent. You can name, if you want, you can label that midpoint. Taking that midpoint and O as the radius, draw a circle, half circle, or just draw two arcs, whatever it is. Or complete circle also you can draw, your marks won't get cut for that. Means here this arc is touching the circle at two distinct points. That point and P you join. Your points are A and B. So join AP and BP. These are the rays starting from P, touching that point on the circle. Point A and B. So these are the two tangents drawn to the circle at point A and B. This construction carries 3 marks at least, and for this analytical figure is important. Practice for the same. See how it looks. Suppose segment OP is 8 cm after drawing just a circle with center O. Here OP is 8 cm. This I have drawn the perpendicular bisector. The point where it cuts OP has been named as M. Perpendicular bisector, the sign of perpendicular, and is equal to sign shows that the sides are equal. Then taking OM as the radius, draw a circle, that circle cut this original circle at 2 points, that is A and B. Join AP, join BP, you will get 2 tangents, and lastly join OA and OB. Our construction is over. So these are, let's practice some problems from practice set 4.2. So here there are practice set, and then from problem set 1 or 2 some I have taken. Here this question is, draw a circle of radius 3.3 centimeters. Draw chord PQ of length 6.6 centimeters. Draw tangent to the circle at point P and Q. Write your observation about the tangents. Read the question properly. Draw a circle of radius 3.3 centimeters properly. We are supposed to draw a chord PQ of length 6.6. You can, I think you are aware that 3.3 into 2 is 6.6. So PQ is the diameter. Yeah. So she has drawn this way just for the sake of your understanding. Here, there are two methods. One is taking the point, like the point from tangent. We have learned how to construct a tangent. This is another method of drawing it with the help of angles, congruent angles. Yeah. So if you can remember this, this is most easiest, or using the construction of drawing tangent from the point on the circle, exactly you can draw the similar way. Okay. Do not confuse, this is easiest means it is time saving, and here again angles are equal. From that it has been shown, the tangent has been drawn. Similarly on Q, draw a big arc properly as a semicircle sort of, keeping, yes, the same. You should not keep on changing the distance. So this is one method purposely I have shown. In the previous one, we have already learned to draw a tangent on the point on the circle. So this is the way you draw. And now what can you see? Just observe it and write your answer about line L and M. They are perpendicular, they are the tangents. So what information you get, or what inference can you draw? This is line L and line M are parallel to each other. These are the required tangents. And now you only think why they are parallel. Yeah, why they are parallel? You should think we have learnt geometry till now and they are parallel because perpendicular, it is PQ, it is diameter of the circle, and P and Q, they are forming 90 degrees, as L and M are the tangents drawn, so they are parallel to each other. I hope you will practice for this. Now next sum is from practice set 2. Here the question is, draw a circle with center P, draw an arc AB of 100 degrees, measure, draw tangents to the circle at point A and B. Now here, this is the analytical figure you can see, but when they ask you to draw an arc AB of 100 degrees, think what is that, which is equal to central angle. You are here, again lesson number 2 you should remember, it is equal to the central angle. So arc will be equal to the central angle. So central angle, whichever you draw, it should be of 100 degrees so that you get this construction proper. Then only you will get arc AB as 100. Here, after drawing a circle with center P, draw one radius, give the name PA is the radius. Now, measuring that central angle as 100, draw PB, and then again you can make use of the same construction, first construction, considering the center of the circle and drawing tangent to the circle, or this is one more method which you can use. You can use both, students, that considering the center of the circle for construction of tangent, that can also be used, or this is the other method. Purposely we are showing it to you because it is less time consuming. At the same time you should understand why it is so. 90 degrees it you will get. So this is the tangent. Here you can name it L. Similarly, we are supposed to produce one tangent at point B Again, I am repeating, you can use the construction of drawing a tangent using the center of the circle. That is one method. This is another method. Here we are dealing with arcs and angles. Okay. And now you are supposed to draw a line passing through this point of intersection and B. Yes, this is the second tangent which we expect. We expected like tangent, so it makes 90 degrees. So now if I ask you with what will be the remaining angle, 3 out of 4 angles we have 3. 2 90 90, 1 is 100. So how much will be the fourth angle? Find out. How many degrees? 360 minus 280. Whatever answer you get, that will be the answer. It will be 80. So line L and line M are the required tangents at points A and B. So yeah, and arc AB is the arc measuring 100 degrees, and for that, as I said, you are supposed to go back and think about central angle. If you have to draw central angle as 100 degrees, which is equal to arc AB. Okay. So here I finish with the chapter, but this chapter, as I said, it was a challenge. So practice at home and try to do the constructions as many times as you can. So students, we have completed with lesson number 4. I know this lesson requires a lot of practice. I have tried to give you all types of hints. Make use of it. Keep on practicing. If at all, if you can't do, ask your teachers and again do practice. If we meet somewhere physically this year, definitely we'll be doing it, teaching it again. But right now, for time being, you have to practice and nothing is impossible. You will be able to solve it and do all the constructions properly. Thank you.